So we are now at day 75 of 100 days of making webcomics. I'm three-quarters of the way done now, officially. It's kind of crazy. I'm actually not looking forward to this challenge being over now. Like I am and I'm not. I don't know, it's kind of weird that this is almost over, but whatever. It's not like I'm gonna stop making pages of the comic anytime soon. So, anyways, so this latest page of Infinite Uppercut, uh, not even really a lot of exposition in this page. It's a lot of sort of um I don't know, exclamatory comments and posing. Um which, if I do say so myself, I love that pose of Raekwon in the top panel. Um Pretty much I should have just made this a splash page and just had that. I wasn't thinking. I should have just made that top panel a splash page and just left it at that. Um because that pose does look awesome to me. So let's start breaking this page down. See what we got. And putting in flats, of course, as usual in the beginning. Um, I have no idea why I put the flats in so out of order. Um, yeah, I can't explain that one at all. Uh, just one of those things I did in a moment without thought and just kept on moving. Um, I was trying to see if I could get the two different, almost the see-through design on the yin yang in the background. I was trying to see how I could get sort of that into this background panel, but there wasn't a normal feasible way that I could do that to make it look right and also not look distracting. So this sort of trying to get that in there was kind of useless, but I attempted it anyways. Um, just added work on my part for absolutely nothing because what I did in the long run, you're not even really going to be able to see. So yeah, I could have just left the background all one color and did a gradient, and it would have came across the exact same way. To just put extra work on myself for nothing. But a lesson learned. I at least know if I encounter that later on in the comic, I have to make a habit or stop doing this late. But in any event, um, so doing the flame details on Raekwon as usual after the fact. And the detail ends on his clothes. Today was also the first time that I actually took a look at the wood panels on the environment, like the actual drawing I did of the space. I don't have as many of those panels as I thought I did, so I don't have to sort of rack my brain doing those panels in the background like I thought I did. Um, this isn't like the last environment earlier in the chapter during Dan's fight when they were inside the dungeon, where they had a lot of panels and sort of lines in the floor. This one doesn't. So now that I know that, it's going to make that a lot easier going forward. So I'm glad I caught that today. Um, then the shading of Raekwon. Like I said, I love this pose that I have for Raekwon. And whether accurate or not, it looks like he proper knows how to use nunchucks. So I'm loving it. So fixing the detail in on Raekwon. Just another weird detail I have to keep in mind going forward too is the double waistband. Sometimes I forget about that with Raekwon and I just draw a single one just because every other character in the comic has a single. If I get too much in the zone, sometimes I may draw a single and not remember his design, so I gotta remember that. Alright, apparently Raekwon's got the glow. Add that in. Not going to talk too much about that for the rest of the page. Not trying to spoil too much. Get Dan in. The rest of these are basically just headshots. Yeah, simple painting of Raekwon there. And then like a simple shading and painting of Jupiter. Yeah, sadly, not really much to this page. Outside of that first panel, there wasn't really anything crazy that I had to do. It wasn't like yesterday's page, good God almighty. But for what this page is, it was very well done, at least for me. See, here we go with the background. Like I said, a lot of the detail is sort of lost in this. And there's the page. So that's pretty much it. What is this, page 57? So I think I only have about maybe 13 or 14 of these pages left. And I have, 25 days left of the challenge. So can pretty much confirm at this point that I will be doing pages of the final chapter of this comic in just about 2 weeks, which means I have some planning to do as far as that final chapter is concerned. So not trying to get too far ahead of myself, but the next couple of weeks is starting to get interesting. I don't even know how the remainder of this chapter is going to pan out. This also means this might be some, for readers of my webcomic that follow this channel, there may be some spoilers coming your way. But at this point, if you've been following along this long, like, the spoilers aren't going to be that much of an issue. But there's some like heavy ones that's coming in the next couple of weeks, because the story's ended in this next chapter. So yeah, this is coming to a close now. I don't know how I feel about that, but in any event, this is the end of today's painting. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't, all that great YouTube content stuff, and you all have a good one, and I'm out.